Hello, welcome. It's the new super review here on Thav TV. My name is William Savule. I'm really excited to have you join me here the 21st day of February 2022. And this is where we bring you the headlines from the national and local dailies and have these headlines discussed. Plus, of course, having you participate in this program. To do so, to participate, that is, you need to first of all subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification to always get notified whenever we come up with a new episode of the program, and to participate on other platforms, because we are also on other platforms. We are on Facebook as Thav TV, on Instagram as Thav TV _NG, and of course on Twitter is at Thav TV. So do well to follow us on any of this platform. You can drop your comments and your reactions on the comment section. Well, let's go straight to taking the headlines from our national and local dailies. Join us as we do this together. All right, we begin with this day newspaper for today, the 21st day of February 2022. And the headliner here on this day says, Buhari may sign electoral bill today, seeks lawmakers' assurances to amend Clause 84. Uh, Ruling parties' governors meet tonight in Abuja ahead of meeting with President tomorrow. Other headlines here on this day newspaper we see from 380 billion dollars loss in 50 years. Nigeria's oil industry begins in-country annual retention of $8 billion. And then lastly, I'll take this one from this day newspaper. It says, Tinubu, no amount of intimidation can stop my 2023 presidential bid. All of that stories are on this day newspaper, so do well to pick a copy of that paper to get all the details of the headlines you just heard me read from there. Next, we go to the Punch newspaper, and the headliner here on the Punch newspaper says, Convention, APC battles consensus crisis as Buhari, governors meet Tuesday, state chapters confirm readiness, awaits Buni's signal. Chairmanship aspirant laments planned postponement. All right, all the stories you can find on page 6 of the Punch newspaper. So do well to pick up a copy and read the details. Other headlines here on the Punch newspaper, we see private depots hike rates. More filling stations may sell above 180 naira per liter. Next, we go to the New Telegraph newspaper, and let's start from the top of that newspaper here. It says, fuel scarcity, TUC may direct workers to stop work. And that's Timmy Silver speaking there. Says TUC may direct workers to stop work. If you need to know why that is, please jump to the New Telegraph and you will get the details of that story. And the headliner here on the New Telegraph says, Presidency, after Muslim, Christians should take over in 2023. Khan, that's the Christian Association of Nigeria speaking there. It says, as both religions are critical partners in Nigeria, says it will mobilize Christians to produce Buhari's successor, rejects Muslim, Christian ticket. That story is on page 2 of the New Telegraph. And lastly, I'll take this one. It says, aviation airlines passengers groan as fares hit record high. So to get details of that, you need to go to page 3 and 7 of the New Telegraph newspaper. Next, we move to the Vanguard newspaper. And the headliner here says, APC National Convention, Buhari mauls disbandment of CECPC, SARS. So if you need to know the source, please pick up a copy of the Vanguard newspaper. And there you will get the story on page 5 of that paper. Other headlines here on the Vanguard newspaper, we see trade deficit with China worsens with $23 billion imports in 2022. Trade deficit with China worsens with $23 billion imports in 2021. All right. We also see here 2023 are ready to get dirty. Tinubu, that's Tinubu speaking. You can see he's ready to get his hands dirty in 2023. So you need to get details of that story. Please do well to pick a copy of Vanguard newspaper. All the stories here we see bad fuel shortage will last till end of February. Marketers, bad fuel shortage will last till end of February. Marketers speaking there. And then we see lastly on the Vanguard newspaper here, we see strike. Federal government lacks integrity, can't be trusted. ASU speaking there, and that story is on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Next, we go to News Direct, and on News Direct here, we see mixed reactions trail 100% increment in domestic airlines fares. Mixed reactions trail 100% increment in domestic airlines fares. Least economy, least economy tickets to be sold 50,000 naira effective next week. Least economy tickets to be sold 50,000 naira effective next week. That story is on page 4 of News Direct. So do well to get details of that story. Next, we take on other headlines here on News Direct Newspaper. We see scandal rocks aviation ministry as minister terminates over 80 janitorial service providers. That's on the top page of News Direct Newspaper. Other headlines on that top page says Nigerian content retains $18 billion annually, creates 50,000 jobs. And then we also take this one. It says federal government halts use of personal emails for public officials. And then we see capacity building. NIMASA reviews memorandum of understanding with World Maritime University. All right, we'll move on to Daily Trust newspaper here. And the headliner on Daily Trust newspaper says 13 Yori schoolgirls married off to bandits. 13 Yori schoolgirls married off to bandits. Pregnant students released to parents. 12-year-old Bethel student remains in captivity. Over 10 captives still with abductors were working for their release. I'm sure if you need to know who is speaking, please pick up a copy of the Daily Trust newspaper. Other headlines on the Daily Trust newspaper say APC to postpone convention over unresolved crisis. APC to postpone convention over unresolved crisis. And then we see here hard times for passengers as airlines raise fares by 100%. All right. So next we go to Daily Sun newspaper. And on Daily Sun newspaper, we see Abba Kyari orders in fresh drug deal scandal. Abba Kyari orders in fresh drug deal scandal. Fingered in disappearance of 3 billion naira worth of tramadol. All right. And on the top page of Daily Sun newspaper, we see 2023 push for Jonathan's return gains momentum. 2023 push for Jonathan's return gains momentum. And lastly, on the Daily Sun newspaper here, I'll take this one. It said convention APC governors meet to decide new date. May settle for second week of March. Buhari meets with governors Tuesday. All right. That's all the paper we'll be taking this morning. Next on this segment is our discussion and analysis that we'll be giving to this headline. So stay tuned and do well to drop your comments and your reactions also in the comment section. We want to hear from you, want to get to know what you think about this headline. So stay tuned and let's do this together. Thank you for staying with us. We are back here on the Newspaper Review. My name is Torrens Williams Abule, and this is a discussion segment of the review. And I've been joined by Natasha Brown. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm really excited to have you here.
Thank you so much.
She and I will be going through the reviews of the papers, the headlines we've read out to you this morning. Let's begin with the New Telegraph newspaper. And I see here on the New Telegraph, just hold on, let me get to that paper. Okay, there, have it. 1 second. All right. And I see here, it says, after presidency, that, there's been a lot of discussion about how 2023 is going to be. They've been back and forth about zoning, about, party differences, many things associated with 2023. And today we see a new dimension to the pursuit or leading on to 2023. We see presidency after Muslim, Christian should take over in 2023. That's Christian Association of Nigeria saying that. What's your reaction to all of this?
I think there's a lot going on in the country. I think right now, religious bias is the lowest of low. Because we've had Christians lead us and still nothing has happened. Yeah. I mean, our former president, Goodluck Jonathan, was a Christian. Yeah. There was some progress, but it wasn't so much, right? Now we have a Muslim leading us, Buhari, but yet things seem to be really abysmal.
So it has nothing to do with
it has nothing to do with that. If you're competent regardless of your religious bias. That's it.
And so right now, what Nigerians actually need is a competent hand to change the tides of the country.
Absolutely. A visionary leader, someone who is competent, knows what he is about, comes through with your agenda and enforce it. That's about it.
Okay, so there's been sudden hike in the airfares, and it has resulted to a lot of reactions from Nigerians. Tickets are now 100% high from what people know. Some people don't even know. They get to the airport and they find out that their ticket is no longer valid. They have to pay extra 50K or 60K or 30K, as the case may be. And this is eliciting a lot of reactions. What do you say to all of this?
I think it's really poor. There's a lot going on in the country. I don't even know why the country is not at a standstill at this point in time. But primarily, we understand that, okay, there's fuel scarcity and obviously it's going to affect the transportation system as well. But the hike is a lot. The last time I checked, that I was to travel from Port Harcourt to Lagos, it was about 35,000. Now I'm seeing 50,000 on economy class.
Yes.
So it's really harsh on the average Nigerian, especially because our roadways are not even safe for you to say, okay, you'd go by road to travel long distance.
It's not like it's even any better on the roads, because same price hike is also affecting drivers, motorists, that is, commuters, because the fuel crisis has not been totally taken care of.
No, not
There are still long queues on the filling stations, and we can see that it's having a spillover on the airliners. And I don't know, the presidency hasn't reacted to this yet, but it's quite an issue that needs to be handled fast.
It is, absolutely. The thing is, we really cannot shout too much as to the airline, companies. Why? Because they need to make their monies and they're buying the same fuel at the same rate as well. So they need to make monies in as much as they're trying to make it comfortable for the citizenry. I think the government should just do what they have to do. I don't know why heads have not rolled yet as pertaining to the, bad fuel situation and all of that, which is causing the scarce in fuel, and then hiking price. So at the end of the day, the government should just sit up and do what's needed to be done.
Yes, and I also see that as relating to this fuel crisis. In one of the reports there, we see on the same New Telegraph newspaper, we see let me take it. They say fuel scarcity. TUC may direct workers to stop work. And stopping work, it means that they are also planning a strike in all of this. You see, Nigeria is gradually moving to a nationwide shutdown, and it's not good for the government. So they need to wake up and rise up to their responsibilities as quickly as they can, because with all of this happening, I don't know. It doesn't sound good at all. So, well, is there any headline you'd like to talk more for now?
For me, what has really piqued my mind from today's headlines has been about the CAN, insinuating that Christians should come forward and get tickets, and it should be on a religious bias point of view. I am totally against it. I am a Christian. And I know that, okay, yes, we have the fear of God and that will come to play. But at the core of it, you can still be a Christian, but highly incompetent in things of leadership, in managing the system, in managing the citizenry and the economy and all of that. So at the end of the day, it's not really about your religion. It's about how competent you are, how visionary you are, and how dogged you are set to making sure that Nigeria moves forward. Because right now, what Nigeria really needs is a visionary leader who is willing to do the hard work. You're not biased in any way. You are there to do your job and do it to move the country forward. So at the end of the day, whether he's Muslim or Christian or whatever, just come and get the job done. Even though based on my religiosity, I would say, okay, it is okay that it is a Christian, but I'm totally very neutral when it comes to that. So.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Natasha, for joining us today on the review. And to you, our viewers, that's much we can take today on the review. Thank you for staying with us. Till next time when I come again, my name is William Sabuli.